Hello and welcome to Getting to Know You, an Owners Club exclusive podcast. Right now, stop, hit subscribe right below, give us a like, give us a comment. Today's guest is Michael Patrick Riordan. Do you like to go by Michael or do you prefer Mike?
I've gotten everything in my life, so it doesn't matter.
So tell us about you. Who is Michael Riordan?
That's a good question. In the nighttime, I'm Batman, but during the day, I try to be a little bit of everything. Everyone knows me for my systems. I've got a really, really great bird dog system that is fully transferable to anything else, right? I'm starting up a wholesale company with my partner Race. I'm partnered with Race Barnes. So we got that going on. And then I've also got the land for car washes. With the land for the car washes, I've actually been doing really well with my systems for that. Currently, I've got 14 properties that I've sent into PACE. Out of those, 4 got denied. I've got 4 that are approved land for car washes, and then the rest of them are still in limbo, just getting reviewed. But I think that's where my systems are shining the most for me, just because that's one of the main things that I'm focused on right now. It's nice to have that on autopilot and I don't even have to worry. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's kind of taking action for you in the background while you're doing other things, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I think if you don't have systems, you're doing it wrong. And it's okay in the beginning when you first get started, but if you really want to scale, you have to have systems.
Yeah, absolutely. What is your journey with real estate so far, and how did you get to the point of Owners Club?
I've been licensed since 2016. Started in timeshare. During COVID, I got into real estate. My first transaction I ever did was a hybrid sub 2. The person that did the transaction with me, small world, it was one of my managers from the timeshares. At the time, I didn't really have a growth mindset. I was just worried about making money. So I didn't really follow what he did, but I did follow him on social, and I was like, dude, how are you, doing so well? He's buying houses and flipping houses left and right. He told me, oh, I got a mentor, Pace Morby. And I was like, well, who's that? And I did what most people probably wouldn't do. Pace in his YouTubes, he said, don't join my mentorship, just connect in my group and take action and, be successful. So I was like, all right, cool. So I did that, and I connected with my friend Sergio. His name's Sergio Ortega. He's in sub 2, and we did deals together. And that's how I really learned about creative finance. I eventually got into Owners Club. Ever since I joined Owners Club, I feel like I'm 10 years ahead and 10 years behind.
Tell us more about that.
I think I've always had an entrepreneur spirit. I've had car wash business before, just doing mobile detailing out of my car. I did pressure washing. When I was a kid, I used to mow lawns so I could buy Pokemon cards. I always found a way to make money. I was always good at it, but I never knew how to actually own a business. It was always just focus on money every single time. And when I started thinking more like an entrepreneur and surrounding myself with the people in the community, it made me really think about what I wanted to do. I've always been a people person. I was worked hard. My dad, he was a perfectionist, and my mom was a hard worker as well. So I saw the work ethic part of things. I just kind of put two together. I'm great at operations, and I'm an amazing integrator. Hence why I have such great systems, but I hate everything about it. I really hate integration, and I hate operations. I am a salesperson through and through. You put me in front of people, and that's where I love being.
Well, kudos to you for being able to keep your nose to the grindstone and get those systems in place and those processes and do the integrator work, even though it's not really where your joy is. But it definitely helps if you want to scale.
What I like about integration is the result of your hard work. It's like an artist. They put together a really cool painting or sculpture, and they can appreciate their work. That's what I love about it, but I'm just a very social person. So even though I'm really good at that, I rather be out, kind of like how Pace said. He's his brand. He's the face of the brand. He's out there making connections, talking to people and stuff. And yeah, I've got great systems, but really it's the relationships that I've built that have been the most beneficial for me.
So with your beginning of your wholesale business and you're acquiring land for the car washes, what would you say your current model is? Do you have a set model, or is it a couple pathways within creative finance?
I got into creative finance just by basically bird dogging. not necessarily bird dogging. I wedged myself into deals. I was a very high level bird dog from the beginning, and it just kind of happened by chance. I think being an owners club, the benefit to it is it gives you a lot of great ideas, but then at the same time, you have to be willing to explore them to figure out what it is that you want to do. And I've said this before, but Pacey, he gives us so much opportunity, and there's so many people in owners club that waste it. They don't take advantage of everything that's being given to them. And that's why we see the same people on Zooms all the time. There's 540 of us, but we never see anybody. We just see these specific people all the time, right? That being said, like at first I thought I wanted to do wholesaling because I have the bird dog background. That's what really drew me toward the bird dog side of things, because I was turning bird dogs away left and right. No, I don't want to work with you. No. I'm too busy. I want to be a wholesaler, blah, blah. Let me figure that out. And then after I pasted that Zoom, I was like, you know what? He's right. I'm being spoiled and I'm being stupid because we have this amazing opportunity in front of us. And overnight, literally within 3 days, I built all of my systems out. I put bird dogs in the systems and we started cranking out. It's done really well, but not in the way that I expected it to. Me and my partner Race, we're doing co-living together. The strategy we were using at first was trying to acquire them sub 2. I'll tell anybody right now, sub 2 does not pencil out when you're trying to do co-living, with all the extra fees and everything involved with adding the rooms and, getting the properties ready. And on top of that, I've got the bird dogs, I've got an underwriter team. So, you have to factor that in as well. Even without them, the deals were penciling tight. We are pivoting, and that's why we're going to do the wholesaling instead. But the good things that came about that is with my bird dogs, I was also doing acquisitions for multifamily and stuff too, and I had them sending me RV parks. I've actually got 2 multifamily properties. One, we've gotten LOI out at 17.3 million, and then the other one is at like 15 point something million dollars. So just out of those 2 properties, if they end up closing, that's going to be a couple $100,000 for me. And that's after me splitting my fees and everything. And then my bird dogs are going to make a stupid amount of money off that as well.
You're bird dogging those multifamilies. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm basically taking the multifamilies my bird dogs are bringing in, and I'm connecting them with buyers. So I'm doing exactly what I did before, just on an operator level instead of by myself. Instead of me looking for the deals, I have other people doing it for me, and I'm just using my connections to be able to dispose.
So with your co-living properties, are you wholesaling to find co-living and then you'll dispo the rest?
With the wholesaling, I'm actually going to be working with somebody very high up in the community. I'm not going to put their name out there, but they've got about 150 buyers and they don't have enough deals to be able to supply them. So they asked me to partner with them as well. Me and Race, we're going to be talking with them and seeing how we can work with them. That's going to be really good for us because we've already got buyers lined up. Now we just need to start filling. I just started building all the systems out for the wholesale company today, actually. So it's funny we're talking about it, but I've already got my website. I've got my CRM set up. I've got my Zapier. So all the programs are already up. Now I just have to build them out. My website will probably take me like a day to do. CRM, that's going to take a little longer, and then everything else is, fairly easy, pretty quick.
If someone wanted to work with you, how do they do that? Are you looking for more bird dogs?
Not really. But what I'm going to be doing is transitioning my bird dogs into working in the wholesale company. The good thing about having the bird dogs is I see who's hardworking and who's not. And for the people that are just barely doing anything, I've already gotten rid of a lot. And there's going to be other bird dogs where, unfortunately, they're not going to make the cut either. Right? Because for my wholesale business, I want people that are going to grind. I want people that can actually make it through, because wholesaling is not easy. And I come from a sales background, so you have to be able to take rejection and no's consistently. And the type of person that can continue to take no's are the people that have been consistently sending in deals every single day. But if they're willing to work that hard to try to get a deal come through, I know that they'll work just as hard at the wholesaling side of things as well. And it's going to be a lot more money for them.
How do you like to be contacted?
If you go to my website, it's the easiest way to get a hold of me. I know everybody on podcasts, they're always giving out their socials, but go to my website. It's www.peerless, PEERLESS, property solutions wholesale.com. And on the website, I've got a contact tab, and I basically just built a link tree. It's got all my socials, it's got my podcast there, it's got all my contact information, so you guys can follow me, you can get a hold of me, all in that one place. And also, just to let everybody know, I am very good at building systems. So if anyone wants any back-end systems built out, let me know. I could do partial builds or I could do full build outs, but it's really up to what you guys personally need. That would take me jumping on a call with you, figuring out what is it that you feel like you can improve in your systems. If you don't have systems at all, what systems do you actually need? Because the main issue with systems is people either have too much system or too little. You need to have the right system for your current business, right? Because if you're just starting, you don't need a full-blown system. But if you're trying to scale, most likely you do, right? It just depends on how you're looking at scaling. So if you guys have any questions about that, I'd love to talk to you about that as well. I want you to know it's not going to be cheap because I'm very good at it. And that's the quality that you're going to expect is what you guys are going to pay. So just be prepared for that conversation.
Absolutely. Michael, it's been great getting to know you. And I will drop your website in the show notes, as well as all the details. And if you want to work with Michael, or if you have a car wash voucher and going to do anything with it, this is your guy right here.
I've currently got quite a few people that have signed up with me already to fill their vouchers. So as I mentioned, I just started last week collecting car wash properties, and I've already sent in 14 properties and only 4 of them have been disqualified so far. My team is very, very dialed in on everything that it takes to get these properties. I've got a complete scoring system, so every time a property is sent in, I already know which ones qualify and which ones don't. I may not be the first person to get a property filled, but my goal is to be the first person to get all 3 of my vouchers filled, and I'm very confident that I'll be able to fill quite a few vouchers as well. So if you guys want to work with me, reach out and then we can work out that arrangement. I'm doing a 50-50 split. So it's 50% of the equity. I do all the work. I'll do all the permitting and everything. So that way you don't have to worry about handling anything.
What a great partnership for those in Owners Club that have these vouchers and don't have the bandwidth because they are fully engaged in whatever their model is today. Pace is always bringing the value to us. So this is just kind of a side add-on for most. I love the way you're totally capitalizing on this and making it possible for everyone to benefit from their vouchers. That's really the go-giver spirit. It's like, hey, I've got the team, I've got the systems, I'm ready to go, I'm in action. And then you share that with everybody. That is such a great value add for those that are going to sit on those vouchers or maybe never use them at all.
Yeah, it would be a shame to lose them. If you're not doing anything with them, don't let them go to waste, because for us in Owners Club, well, anybody in Owners Club or anyone in Zero Down, you all know what you guys are going to make. If you can sit back and do absolutely nothing and collect a check off something that you wouldn't have gotten anyway, why not reach out?
Absolutely. I've partnered with Michael. Actually, I will say that with excitement. Well, thank you so much. This has really been fun. And if you want to reach out to Michael, again, check out those show notes, hit the subscribe, like, give us a comment, let us know what you think. All right, guys, take it easy.